Welcome back to the show here. We're jump-starting your week from the Morton Arboretum in Lisle. Always an amazing place to be. But Jackie Kostek is there this morning showing us some brand new animal sculptures. So Jackie, if it couldn't get any better, we got larger than life really creatures there now.
Yeah, Dana, good morning. Not Dana, Audrina, good morning to you. I'm sorry about that. Sleep at the wheel this morning. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, we are here at the Morton Arboretum. It is absolutely beautiful out here, and you want to come out and check it out, especially this summer, and see all of the vivid creatures. Behind us is one of the 5 that they have around the Morton Arboretum. This one is called Generosity. It is a white-tailed deer. I'm here with Preston Bautista this morning, who is the Vice President of Learning and Engagement here at the Arboretum. Good morning to you, Preston.
Good to see you.
Okay, let's talk about Generosity.
Sure.
Generosity was the first of the vivid creatures to be installed back in March, right?
Well, no, it was not the first. This was the first sculpture that they presented to us in 2023.
Okay, gotcha.
So, and in fact, this one looks like it just came out of the computer rendering that they showed us. It looks exactly as they presented it to us.
You can start sort of looking at the bottom, and the bottom of the deer's legs look like the roots of a tree, right?
That's right. Yeah, so this sculpture actually metamorphosizes, right? So it starts as a tree, then you see the body of the white-tailed deer, and then the antlers of the deer become part of the tree again, right? As if it were growing leaves. And you see sort of like the blue jay and the squirrel also inhabiting the sculpture itself.
I think this one is so fun because this is the only sculpture that has all of the other sculptures that you see throughout the Arboretum.
That's right.
Embedded within it. So you do see the squirrel, and I have to come over here and show the tiniest one that is the sculpture that you actually see when you're driving up to the Arboretum on I-88. But that is the snail, who's so tiny here, who's so big when you walk about a mile away and see the sculpture for real. But how special is that to see all of the other creatures sort of embedded within? And then the dragonfly we just saw last hour, right on the belly.
That's right. So it's like a scavenger hunt within the sculpture itself, right? I mean, the whole exhibition should be treated like a scavenger hunt, I think. People should use the different sculptures sort of like as an itinerary during their visit to the Arboretum.
I love it. And they're all, 4 of the 5 are within the accessible walking path. Let's talk briefly just about the other things that you guys have happening at the Morton Arboretum this summer.
Yeah, lots of things for families, right? As you can see, these very colorful exhibitions, very much intended for families to enjoy. There is a workshop every weekend called Vivid Creations, where families can create works of art that are inspired by the exhibition.
I love that.
That is happening at the Children's Garden.
Yeah.
And I think later on you're going to share with your viewers that mini golf is also happening here at the Arboretum this summer.
Yes, which, Audrina, I didn't realize this, but the mini golf course was put in last summer, and it was so popular with folks that they actually decided to bring it back for another summer, which is awesome. So we're going to check that out in the 9 o'clock hour. Preston, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, we are jump-starting your week from the Morton Arboretum in Lisle. Jackie Kostek showing us some brand new animal sculptures, and you know what? They're pretty cool. They're larger than life. Vivid creatures is what they're called. Jackie, I know you said your favorite one was the squirrel. Is that still the case, or have you seen new ones now? I think you said the squirrel. I think you said squirrel.
Dana, good morning to you. Yeah, the squirrel I think is my favorite just because of the way he's holding his acorn, and he's got these chubby cheeks. He's just really cute body. Excuse me, but I also love Cadence. This is a sandhill crane, and I have to say that I think she has the best pose of any of the vivid creatures because she's got such confidence, and she has this sort of dancer pose. I'm here with Amy Scott this morning, who's the head of exhibitions for the Morton Arboretum. Good morning to you, Amy.
Good morning.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Cadence specifically, what she's sort of built after, obviously a sandhill crane, and why she's posed like that.
Yeah, so sandhill cranes. The artists Heather Begets and Fez Begets were inspired when they came in for their site visit about 2 years ago by the animals that were native to northern Illinois.
Gotcha.
And so the sandhill cranes were migrating overhead at that time, so they were inspired to create Cadence. And Cadence is striking a pose that is a pose that they do during their mating dances, and then also when they're calling up to the other cranes flying overhead.
Oh my gosh.
So the dancing feel that you get from that is absolutely correct, and that's what it was inspired by.
And it's on purpose. Okay.
Yes.
And I also love the colors of Cadence too, because she really does sort of reflect, I feel like, the colors of the sunset, which was also purposeful, right?
Yes, definitely. They were inspired by sunset and sunrise, especially for Cadence.
Okay, lovely. Overall, vivid creatures, we've now seen 4 out of the 5. The 5th vivid creature is the snail, which you can see out on I-88 when you're driving in. You can also take a little bit of a short walk to get there. But these 4, the 4 that we've seen this morning, are all on an accessible path, right?
Yes, they're all within 1 mile of the visitor center, and they're all via an ADA compliant paved path. So very easy for everyone to access.
Okay, why did you want to bring the vivid creatures here?
We just loved the fun and the color of that Heather and Fez use in their pieces.
Yeah.
And we loved the fact that they were inspired by the Morton Arboretum, and they were inspired by the wildlife that they see here. And they talked with our scientists, and they talked with their docents and our staff here while they were visiting, and this is what they created as inspiration.
I love that they are so large too, because you really can see them. You know, if you're in one point of the Arboretum, you can look across, and I mean, even now we can look across the pond and see what's the
Nimbly,
not nimble, Nimbly the dragonfly. But I love that you can kind of see them because they're so big. Amy, thank you so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it, guys. Next hour, you're I think looking at Nimbly right now, the dragonfly. But Dana, next hour we're actually going to be heading across to Wonderwoods, which is their miniature golf course, which was also something that Amy had spearheaded. But Dana, beautiful morning out here. Hello, back to you. Rise and shine from the Morton Arboretum. Dave Kennebroo just wanted me to do that to see if I could actually catch the ball in my hand. We have made it to Wonderwoods, which is the miniature golf course here at the Morton Arboretum. It just started last summer, and it was brought back because of popular demand. Everybody came here and absolutely loved it. I will tell you that producer Tom has already gotten a hole-in-one on this very hole, so I'm going to step up to the plate, as they say, and see what I can't do. Okay, come on. Sink it in! Sink it in! Yeah! I bet on myself! I bet on myself! I bet on myself! Okay, Pat, wow, it is electric out here. We will tell you a lot more about this and the facts and the science that is built into this miniature golf course coming up in about 20 minutes. But let's see what Tom can't do. Let's see what he... Oh, slow. Oh, a little slow action. But he did already get a hole-in-one. We'll see you after the break.
It is an exhibit with towering tree-high sculptures bursting with color, and it's not messy.
Yeah, and that's not all you'll find at the Morton Arboretum. We know there's so much goodness, and our Jackie Kostek taking us inside of some of the new activations there. Jackie, good morning.
Dana, Audrina, good morning to you. Well, all morning long we've been sharing and showing you the Vivid Creatures, which is that art exhibition that is all over the Morton Arboretum. They have 5 massive sculptures, which are really cool animals native to this part of Illinois, northern Illinois. But also they have got a mini golf course. It's called Wonderwoods, and it actually started last year, and it was so popular that they brought it back by popular demand. This is Christy Rawlinson. She is a research scientist of forest ecology here at the Morton Arboretum. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I feel like when you say Morton Arboretum about 10 million times, for some reason it's like you start stumbling over it. But tell me a little bit about your involvement in building this miniature golf course, because it's not just a mini golf course. It actually packs in a lot of facts and studies too, right? Research.
It really is. It's 9 holes of fun and facts,
yes,
I think.
Fun and facts.
So it was a really wonderful collaboration between our research department and our education department. And so the goal was really to highlight some of the science and research we do here,
yes,
and go one level deeper than maybe the trivia you learned in school.
Yes, I love that. If you look at the sign over here, which you were just watching producer Tom working on his game, which he did already get a hole-in-one today, so he doesn't have to work too hard on his game, but maybe a little bit. That's one of the hardest holes over there. Hidden histories, seeing a tree's growth rings as a chance to see a hidden natural history. So what can we learn? I mean, this hole is specifically tree ring focused. You say it's your favorite.
Yeah, this is my little baby.
Yes,
so a lot of times you know that you can tell how old a tree is by counting its rings. That's great. But you can do so much more.
Yeah.
By looking at how big the rings are, we can help understand what makes a tree grow well and grow poorly. Here at the Arboretum, we're able to look at how different trees from around the world responded to past events, including things like the Dust Bowl almost 100 years ago.
Wow. And how did it how did it affect how did trees grow in the Dust Bowl?
Yeah, so not so well.
Yeah, not so well. I was gonna say
not
that's
so
pretty hard.
well.
Yes.
Different trees are adapted for different climates, but that severe drought we had for such a long period really is this very clear signature in the rings and is a great way to help us look into the future.
Obviously, we see your research playing out in this miniature golf course, which is a very unique format. Where else can people find the research that you do applied in the world?
Kind of every day. The Chicago Region Trees Initiative is our group that's out helping plant trees in the city of Chicago. We work together very closely to understand what trees are going to be vulnerable or not and what people can do to help them grow well.
I love that. Well, Christy, thank you so much for your time this morning. I'm gonna take my hand at this last hole here. This is hole number 4, I believe. Let's see. Oh, I can't even get it up the ramp. That was weak. That was weak. Okay, one more time here. 1, 2, 3. Come on, up the hole, into the hole. There. Oh, tree rings. There we go. Let's see where it goes. Oh, that was not so good. Well, ladies, at least I've gotten a hole-in-one on the tees. Oh, here goes Tom's shot. Let's see where his goes. Spinning down. Oh, that was better, but this one is a really hard one to get a hole-in-one on, I think. Ladies, Morton Arboretum, come check it out. The Vivid Creatures are here through actually 2 springs from now, spring of 2027. Back to you.
All right, Jackie, thank you.